It's happy classic console day for me today as I finally get around to getting my first ever Wii console in 2022. I've played this console so many times over the years in different people's houses, but I've never owned one myself. So I saw a good deal on eBay and thought I'd go for it. Mainly because I am working my way through the Zelda games at the moment and have got to Twilight Princess, which I can only play on the Wii at the moment until the HD remake is made. Fingers crossed in the future. But yeah, the Wii is one of those consoles that I still think of as fairly new. I don't tend to think of it as a classic console yet, but it is probably getting that way now. I remember when this came out, it was a huge leap forward for Nintendo, who were, at the time, kind of third in a three-leg race between PlayStation and Xbox, who had kind of taken over, and Nintendo were not failing in any way, shape or form, but they were mostly seen as handheld console purveyors at the time with the DS and things like that. But the Wii really brought gaming back to being accessible to all age ranges and abilities and things like that, whereas Xbox and PlayStation were kind of seen as being for one particular demographic at the time. So the Wii was great for that, I think, at bringing consoling back into the living room and back into the family field. So here I am anyway. Enough waffle. I'm opening up my first Wii. Very excited about this. And you'll see I went for the red Wii. I wanted to go for a different one than the sort of stock white one. When the stock white one came out, I thought it was really fancy and futuristic looking. But now it's kind of not dated, but I do think there are nicer colours for the Wii. So it was between this one and a sort of light blue one that I'd seen that I thought was really nice as well. But I decided to opt for the red. When I can get all this packaging off, I can show you. Here it is, the red Wii. Really like this version. And I decided to go for the option as well, which I'll show you in a minute, of the GameCube backwards compatible one. Something that the Wii was very good at is that it was, the first ones anyway, were backwards compatible with the GameCube. So it's kind of it's almost two consoles in one. So as you can see there, as I lift up the flap, there's some GameCube controllers ports in there as well. So although the flap, as you can see, is a little bit on the damaged side, so that'll probably come off. But yeah, overall I'm loving the way that this looks. Really bright, vibrant red. I like the fact that the controller is also bright red as well. It seems to go really well with it. So let's get this thing hooked up to a TV and fingers crossed everything works as it should. But how to stack it in my classic consoles? Decided to put it with its Nintendo brothers, with the SNES and the NES. It's rather a Frankenstein's monster here, Nintendo stack of the three. Don't think it quite works like this, does it? So my next idea was to put it next to it on its side, and I think this looks a lot more sensible next to its big brothers, the SNES and the NES, and of course the Super Game Boy there as well. So it's got 4 generations of the Nintendo family next door to each other, and I think it looks pretty nice. Right, time we finally get this thing on and operational, and I'm glad to see that everything seems to be working so far. I've got the sensor set up, and it does seem to be working with the controller, which is the first main thing. And thankfully the old owner has left a few apps on there, but I do think I might reformat the whole thing and start from scratch just to be on the safe side. But yeah, you've got all the your normal things on there, like the Me channel, the Photo channel, the Wii Shop, weather and news. I love the way that they set this up. I've always really liked the Wii interface. It kind of gives it that news station look, but I also love as well, when you think at the time, a lot of the consoles had very adult themes, didn't they, and adult looking interfaces, but on the Wii it was this kind of relaxing ambient thing, which I've always really liked, as a contrast to the Xbox and the PlayStation of the time. So I'm going to reformat this and then hopefully see if I can get it hooked up to the internet and start getting some games working on it. So here is the drastically formatted new console, or new to me anyway, and let's start off with of course making our Mii, which needs to be done by everyone who gets their first Wii. So yeah, this is like going back in time. Like I say, I've played this so many times, I've set this up so many times on friends' consoles, but never on my own. So time to try and make this rather overweight middle-aged guy on a Wii look as realistic as I can. And yeah, this is it for me. I'm going to try and play different games on my Wii, but I'm enjoying it so far. I hope you have too. This quick look at my first Wii console, which I was late to the Wii party, but I managed to get hold of this month, and I'm very much looking forward to delving into the back catalogue of Wii games, especially that Zelda Twilight Princess one. So thanks very much for watching, and if you like this video, please consider liking and subscribing, and I'll see you again on the next one. Take care.